What's up, everybody? My name is Dylan. I'm a backpacker, and in 2 days I leave for the Art Loeb Trail in North Carolina. So the Art Loeb is a 30-mile trail. I'm gonna do it in 2 nights and 3 days. And just today, I finished packing my backpack. I got all my gear finalized, and I figured this would be a good time just to dive into the pack and show you what I bring on a trip this size. So without further ado, let's dive into the pack and show you what I'm bringing on the Art Loeb Trail. So first things first, let's talk about the backpack. So this is the Hyperlight Southwest 2400. That's the 40 liter. This is a new addition to the kit, so I just got it maybe 2 weeks ago. Last weekend I took it on my first overnight with it, and so far I like it a lot. I did make a few mods to it. I took the frame out, and there were a lot of straps that I kind of thought were useless, so I cut a lot of those off to save a few ounces. But yeah, this is coming on the Art Loeb with me so far. I like it, and we'll see how it does this weekend. So first thing in the pack is this Nylafume pack liner. I got this from Garage Grown Gear. It's super light, keeps everything in my bag dry, so this just goes in the pack, and then everything else is gonna go inside of that. So the first thing that goes in the pack liner is my quilt. So this is the Enlightened Equipment Enigma 20-degree quilt. This is the 850 fill power down and 10D nylon. This is relatively new to the kit, but I've taken it on a few trips, and I've got it down to like 40 degrees, and so far it's been more than enough. Yeah, I think it's got at least another 15 or 20 degrees to it. But so far I love this thing. It's going with me on the Art Loeb. So the Enlightened Equipment Enigma quilt. Next up is the sleeping pad. So this is the Thermarest Neo Air X-Lite. This is the wide version, and not much to say about this. It's kind of the gold standard in backpacking. I love this thing. It's tried and true, super comfortable, and it's coming with me on the Art Loeb. For my shelter, I'm going to be using the Gossamer Gear, the One. This is a trekking pole tent, weighs like 17 ounces, and it's pretty new in my backpacking kit, but so far it's been good. Gossamer Gear, the One tent. So to hold down the tent, I've got 8 stakes. I've got 6 MSR mini groundhogs, and then I've got 2 little shepherd's hooks, and these are going in a Hartford Gear Company Dyneema bag. This thing is so lightweight. Love this company, and yeah, not much to say. 8 tent stakes in a tent stake bag. Next up is my pillow. So I've actually never used this before. It's the Pipsqueak microfiber pillow from Amazon. This thing was like 10 bucks. I'm having a tough time with my pillows, honestly. So the inflatable ones that I have are ultralight, are not comfortable to me. I don't sleep well on them. And then the comfy pillows I have are too heavy. So this is kind of in the middle, maybe. I'm gonna give this a shot and see how it goes. I'll keep you updated, but Pipsqueak pillow from Amazon is coming on the Art Loeb. Next up, let's go through my cook kit. So everything I have is inside this pot stuff sack by Pond's Edge LLC. I got that off of garagegrowngear.com. It's a super ultralight Dyneema sack. Inside of that, I've got the Backpacking Classic Toaks 750 milliliter titanium pot. This thing's fantastic, super light, works great. Inside of there, I've got everything I need to cook. So I've got the Backpacker Classic BRS 3000 stove. This is like $15 on Amazon, less than an ounce. I got a Brillo pad, or a piece of a Brillo pad that weighs like 1 gram. I got like 100 of these at Dollar Tree. Those are great. I've got a mini Bic lighter, because why not? It's great, super light. And then I've got a fuel can wrapped in a bandana. So small fuel can fits perfectly inside the pot. And the bandana's great because it keeps the rust rings from getting around in your pot. And I lay this bandana out when I'm cooking just to have like a clean surface to put my spoon and all that stuff. And then everything just goes right back in this stuff sack. So this is everything I need to cook with. That's my cook kit. So let's talk about water. So for my filter, I'm using the classic, tried and true Sawyer Squeeze. Can't go wrong with this. And then for my dirty bag, I'm using the Canuck or Canuck Outdoors Vecto. These are great, super popular with backpackers. So this end opens up to like a wide mouth to make it easier to grab dirty water. And the Sawyer goes right on this end, and then you can squeeze it down. So this is a little heavy, but it's so convenient. I don't mind the extra weight. So Canuck Vecto for my dirty water bladder. And then for my clean water, I've got 3 water bottles. So there's some dry sections on the Art Loeb, so I'm just being careful. So I've got the classic 1 liter smart water bottle. I've got a 1 liter Deer Park water bottle. This is 0.5 ounces less than the smart water bottle. Got this at the gas station, so giving this a shot. And finally is my 700 milliliter smart water bottle with the sports cap. I use this for like my electrolyte drinks and on the go stuff. So 3 water bottles. Next up is my Hygiene bag. So this is a Dyneema zipper pouch, size large, from Hartford Gear Company. And in here I just kind of keep my random like toiletry items. So I've got my toothbrush, some toothpaste, floss, chafe cream, some wipes, a little bit of soap, hand sanitizer, some earplugs, and a little bit of lip balm. So just keep all that stuff in this blue sack, keeps it all organized. That's everything I bring for toiletries and hygiene. So next up is my first aid kit. So everything is inside this red Dyneema zip pouch from Hartford Gear Company, size medium. And I'm not gonna go through everything in here. I'm gonna post my lighter pack in the description if you wanna see everything. But this is a really basic first aid kit. I've just got like some Leuco tape, some ibuprofen, Benadryl, few bandages, tenacious tape, a whistle, and a compass. Really basic stuff, super small, condensed first aid kit. Next up is my electronics bag. So I just keep everything in the Ziploc, cheap and lightweight. I actually have 2 power banks in here. This is the INIU 10,000 milliamp tiny, it's like 5.7 ounces. I got a video coming on this soon. This is another 10,000 milliamp from INIU. This one's a little heavier, it's the older model. I have to carry 20,000 to charge the cameras for my videos, so that's kind of overkill, but it is what it is. And then the rest is just miscellaneous cables. So I've got 2 USB-C cables and a lightning cable for my phone, and finally a pair of earbuds for when I'm in the tent at night. So that's everything I carry for my electronics. And now for everybody's favorite piece of gear, my poop kit. So this bag is from Gossamer Gear. It's their Ditty bag. And then inside of there, I've got just a little bit of toilet paper in a Ziploc. And then for my trowel, I've got the Bogler titanium trowel. This thing weighs like ½ an ounce and it does the job just fine. A few random items I keep on my pack are a Swiss Army knife. This goes in the hip belt pocket. I've got a sit pad, got this off of Amazon for like $9. I cut it down and it weighs less than an ounce just to kind of break my bottom when I'm sitting somewhere. I carry a microfiber towel from REI. This weighs like 0.6 ounces. It's good for like condensation in your tent. And then it has this clip. So when I'm walking during the day, I can clip it on the outside of my pack to dry it out. So this thing's great, multi-use. And then my headlamp. This is the Nightcore NU20 Classic, if I'm not mistaken. This thing is really light, does the job just fine. It's rechargeable with USB-C. And it's kind of got this stretchy cord instead of the thick strap, so it's more lightweight. This thing is tried and true. It's great. Now for my food bag. This is an Osprey 12-liter pack. It's fully loaded down right now, as you can tell. I've got like probably 6 pounds worth of food in here to hold me over. As far as the food inside, I'm not going to go into specifics there, but I've just got like a ton of bars, Ultralight packets, instant coffee, salami, cheese, tortillas, Knorr pasta sides, instant mashed potatoes, all your classic backpacking stuff. If you want me to go more in depth on something like this in the future, let me know in the comments. Happy to do that. But what's always in my food bag is the food bag itself. Like I said, Osprey, 12-liter, weighs like 1.7 ounces, cheap, does the job just fine. In the bottom of my food bag, I keep this rucksack. This is from Hilltop Packs. Inside of that, I've got like 60 feet of paracord for my bear hangs and a carabiner to clip it all together. And then I have my titanium spoon. So this is not the Tokes version. This is from Kuvik, K-U-V-I-K. Got it off of Amazon for like $7. Weighs ½ an ounce. I feel like everybody kind of uses these. So that's my spoon. And that's everything I keep inside of my food bag. So that's pretty much everything in my backpack. Now I'm just gonna go through what I'm gonna be wearing and the clothes I'm bringing on the trip. So first up, I've got these shorts from Mamjik. These are 5-inch inseams. Got them from Amazon for like 20 bucks, nothing crazy. But I do like these a lot because they have the liner, so I get to leave the underwear at home, save a few ounces there. Next, I have these pants from Columbia. Nothing fancy here, I've had these for years. They probably weigh like 6 ounces or something. And yeah, nothing crazy, but these are my long pants for those cold mornings. My hiking layer is gonna be this Eddie Bauer sun hoodie. I got this from Costco for like $10. Nothing fancy again, but I do like this thing a lot. It's great. So for my mid layer, I'm going with the Alpha 90 fleece. This is a new piece of gear. This is from Northwest Alpine. I think I actually heard that they're going out of business, unfortunately. But I got this from Garage Grown Gear, and first time using this on the trip, but it weighs like less than 5 ounces. Super warm. I've worn it around the house, and so far I like it. Yeah, Alpha 90 hoodie for my mid layer. Next is my puffy jacket. So this is the Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer UL. So this is a new piece of gear. Just got it in the mail 2 days ago, but it weighs 6 ounces. My last puffy was twice as heavy. Really happy to give this a go. It's 1,000 fill power down. This thing gets super small, so really pumped to try this out. My last line of defense for up top is my rain jacket. This is also a new piece of gear. This is the Helly Hansen Loke, L-O-K-E 2.0. So this weighs 8 ounces, maybe a little less, something like that. This is kind of going to give me that rain protection and just a little bit extra warmth or wind protection if I need it. So excited to try this out. Then for sleep, I've got my base layers. These are random Amazon fleece base layers. I've got the bottoms and the top. They do the job just fine. It's gonna be pretty cold on this trip, I think, so I've got a little Smart Wool merino beanie. Got that from REI. I've got some Smart Wool gloves, merino, also from REI. And then I'm always rocking Darn Tough socks and always pack an extra pair as well. And my final piece of clothing is my hat. This is just a random dry fit kind of hat from a bar in Wyoming. For my shoes, I'm gonna be rocking the Ultra Long Peak 5s. And my trekking poles are REI Trail Breaks. I didn't bring them, I left them at home unfortunately, but yeah, they're just some basic trekking poles from REI, nothing fancy there. And I just noticed when I was packing up, I didn't talk about my satellite communicator. So this is the classic Garmin InReach Mini 2. I just keep it clipped on the outside of my pack. So for the final test, you know we gotta weigh the pack live. So here goes nothing. 11.3, 11.4, something like that. So not quite ultralight, but for this trip, I'm okay with that. So that is everything that I'm bringing on the Art Loeb Trail this weekend. I'm super stoked for this backpacking trip. I think it's gonna be epic. So if you have any questions on any of the gear I'm using, feel free to leave a comment and I'll get back to you. And I'm also gonna link my lighter pack down below so you can check out my gear, check out the weights of everything, all that good stuff. And until then, I'll check in after I survive the Art Loeb Trail. Thanks for watching, everybody.